Alright guys, it's time to play with HTML lists. Now, we have three different type of lists we can implement into our web pages. We have unordered lists, ordered lists, and description lists. Now, before I jump into this really quickly, I do want to reiterate to you guys that HTML by itself doesn't make much sense. Now, we can create all of this content, but it looks absolutely terrible, right? There's no colors, there's no structure, there's no style. And we are going to continue to dig into a few more different fundamental building blocks for HTML, and very shortly we'll be jumping into what makes HTML work, which is CSS. That is going to style our web pages and make them beautiful and make them functionable and navigatable. So I just wanted to reiterate that really quickly. While it can be a bit dry and a bit bland learning just HTML features and coding without doing any styling, and I have held off on styling specific features just so we can kind of continue to learn what's important right now. That's what we can do and what we can't do in HTML, and then we will go crazy and learn how to style it and make a really, really cool website. So let's go ahead and we're going to start a fresh new page here. So obviously we're going to get rid of our image, and we're also going to change this to let's play with, how about lists, because we're creating some lists. We could even change our title up here to, I don't know, how about list page. Okay, that's fun. All right, so below this, let's go ahead and create our first list. Now, this is going to be an unordered list. Now, as opposed to having just one tag to define this specific HTML element, it's actually going to be broken up into two different types of tags. Now, first, we have to specify that we're creating a list, and in this case, an unordered list. So we use the tag UL. I'm going to see if it'll auto. So we use the tag UL. I don't know why it's doing that. And we'll close that off. Now I'm going to hit space twice, and I'm going to leave some space in here. And we want to make sure that we are hitting tab. And within the UL, we then create our list items. So I want you to think of our UL as our unordered list, and then each individual item within that list is going to have an LI tag, and those LI tags will have the content inside them. So we could do something like list item 1, and again we would do LI, and we would do list item 2, and so on. So LI. All right, so that's as simple as it is. There we have our very first unordered list. Now, obviously, they actually are in order because I just wrote list item 1, list item 2, list item 3. That's kind of a bad example. What you would do here is you would write like ingredients or something. So me saying 1, 2, and 3 is actually putting in order, which kind of is a little contradictory to what I'm telling you guys, but I just wanted you to see how we create a basic list. Now, we can use CSS to style what our list looks like. So let's quickly go ahead and take a live preview here. And by default, the list is going to contain bullet items. So we could change this. We could have these as numbers. These could actually be circles or squares. And we can actually put our own custom icons in there with CSS. So we could implement check marks or whatever it may be. Maybe it's an X. So let's move on and let's play with another type of list, and that's going to be our ordered list. So let's just change the UL here. We're not going to change anything else because it is the exact same. All we have to do is change this to OL and change this closing tag to OL. And now we have our ordered list. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. And this is going to be numbered, obviously, because it is a ordered list. Now it makes a little more sense that our list item number 1 and 2 and 3 would be here. Our last type of list that we work with is called a description list. And these are going to be built a little bit differently, specifically because each list item is going to contain 2 separate tags. But first, as you can probably guess, we need to change our actual list type to DL and our closing DL for description list. And we're just going to delete all 3 of these list items here because we use different syntax for our description lists. Now, the first is going to be DT. And essentially what this is this is the tag that defines the term or the name of what we're listing. And within this, we could put something like, let's put average number. I don't know. So we'll assume that we're looking for some sort of number here. And after this, we hit space, and we're going to put our DD tag. And our DD tag essentially is going to be the description of our average number, or in this case, it's going to be the data or the number that we're looking for. So here I'm going to put, let's put average number 99.7265. I don't know, 6. Who cares? And that would be an example of just one here. So we could do this again, and let's just copy this, and I'm just going to hit enter. Let's do another one, and for this one, let's do average height. And here we'll put 5 feet, 9 inches, something like that. And let's go ahead and just hit save and take a look at what our list looks like. There we go. So we have our specifier here, or our term name, and then below that and indented, we have our actual number. Now, once again, these obviously don't look good, and that is because we're not applying any CSS. We're just putting together the bones of our websites. We can also nest different different lists within a list. So if I have this list right here and I wanted to embed another list in between these two, I would hit tab. And guys, a great convention, I know we haven't really talked about this, but if you're going to create an embedded tag within another tag, you're going to want to indent so you can keep things organized. And here we could, I don't know, say implement a UL or an unordered list. And inside that, we're going to put our list. And we could do Apple, and we'll do another list item. Let's do orange. There we go. So I'm going to just go ahead. Let's save that. Take a look at what that looks like. And just to show you guys, there we go. We have a list within a list. So these, of course, are able to be embedded or nested within HTML lists. Also, we can use CSS to make our lists not necessarily vertical, but we can make them horizontal as well.